Changing the whole world is a big job. It's hard to do. But you can certainly change the world that is around you. But one of the things you have to understand, too, that comes back to Dr. King, is that change is never comfortable. Change is never easy. When you say things that people need to hear, you're not always going to get applauded for that. When you do things that you need to do, you're not going to have people always encouraging you. In fact, the easiest way to get a pile of haters is to try to excel, is to try to do something good with yourself. It just happens. It's just automatic. It's like an act of nature where the haters just pile up. And sometimes the biggest hater that you face is the hater inside of you, yourself. You look in the mirror and you say, you know, who am I to really think that I can do anything special, right? And then sometimes you have people in your own family. You have people that are just there to make the process more difficult. But you see, the thing is that you always have to understand that progress in our society is almost never made without struggle. There's really no way around that. When I was trying to lose weight, I remember I had a roommate in college, and I remember telling him, I was like, man, we need to work out. You know, let's go to the gym. You know, I was like, yeah, if we want to get, reach our goal and get in shape and compete in the amateur track meet that we wanted to run. And I was like, we have to work out now. We can't just sit around, no pain, no gain. And he was like, well, actually, I kind of believe no pain, no pain. And the thing is that reminds me of life. A lot of times everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody wants the benefits, but nobody really wants to pay the cost. But really what you'll find in life that is universally true is that you get what you pay for. Just like if you go to the mall. If you go to the mall and you want to get a $700 outfit, how much money are you going to bring? You going to bring 50 bucks? No. I mean, you might luck out. You might get there and there might be a sale, and you might be able to get the $700 outfit for 50 bucks. You might get lucky. But most of the time, if you want a $700 outfit, you got to bring $700 and pull it out of your wallet and pay for it. Well, life is the same way. If you have extraordinary objectives, if you have things that you want to accomplish in your life, you've got to be willing to pay what you want to receive. You've got to be willing to do what's necessary in order to get there. In fact, when we go back to when I was reading the bio, there's no such thing really as great people and extraordinary people, at least not in my experience. Really, I would say at best, if I were to describe anything that I might have accomplished in my life, I would say that I was an ordinary person who learned the value of giving extraordinary effort. See, because your life is what you decide it's going to be based on your day-to-day efforts. Just like they say, you are what you eat. Well, your life becomes what you do. It's kind of hard to expect to have an extraordinary life and then get up and plan out an ordinary day. Greatness is a commitment to go above and beyond every single day as a way of life, as a philosophy, as a way that you approach the world. So let's talk about us as black people. Let's talk about some of the weights that kind of hold us down psychologically, some of the things that we have to deal with and overcome. And they're not just things that we have to overcome as individuals, because all of us are affected by slavery and Jim Crow and living in a society that in many ways, subtle and not so subtle, tells us that there's something kind of wrong with us, that if we do things right or if we're normal, that we're kind of overcoming something just by being normal. Just a father just taking care of his kids, he deserves all this applause because he's doing what he should be doing anyway. That somehow you're doing something extraordinary by not going to jail or by staying in school. No, that's not extraordinary. That's what you're supposed to do. But we can do a little bit of what I would call black people 101. Now, I've been a black man for quite a while now, and it's working out pretty good. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of black people 101, and maybe you agree with me. And what I tell people is, here's some ways to not learn about black people. And I think that for black people, here's some ways to not learn how to be black. Not learn. Number one, you should never learn about black people by what you see on TV, okay? Especially BET. The fact of the matter is that if you watch television and if you're learning your culture through television, you think that every black kid grows up singing, dancing, rapping, acting, blinging, balling, flossing, shining, stunting, or trying to make it rain on somebody, right? That's what you see. That's what we get, right? And then sometimes when I talk to folks who aren't black, I tell them, look, if you want to learn about black people, don't go to your black representative. Don't go to that one black friend that you have who speaks for the entire black race. There's 36 million people, which means there's 36 million ways of being black in America. So the fact that that some people make you believe that there is one representative is absolutely false. I don't care what Al Sharpton says. There is not one person who represents all of Black America. And so when we talk about what it means to be Black and how we sort of process who we are and how we figure out where we're supposed to fit, and you are, let's say, a young Black man, and you're trying to pursue your intellectual objectives, and you have a society that's sort of encouraging you to go the other way. Have you ever been around like other dudes, and they're just kind of like you're like, what you doing, man? Oh, nothing, man. I'm just chilling. I ain't doing nothing, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like where you feel like you might have a whole lot of things